Hey guys, Sak here from SAKITECH, and in today's video what we have here is we have the Samsung Galaxy A52. This is Samsung's brand new mid-range smartphone. The Samsung Galaxy A51 was one of their best sellers in 2020. So in this video we are going to be unboxing the Galaxy A52. Let's dive in and get started. Now I do want to let you know that Samsung is going to have two versions of the A52. There's a 4G model and there's a 5G model. The differences are very minor. I'm going to talk about them as I unbox this phone. So let's start the unboxing process. And also the Galaxy A52 4G model that I think is going to be great for most people only starts around $350. The 5G model is going to be $500. So let's take a look at this thing. Now this one comes in awesome white color. So if you look at the back, look at that gorgeous presentation. It certainly looks super nice and clean. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this, put to the side for a second, and as you can see, we do have a charging brick, and of course we have a USB Type-C cable right there, and that's basically everything you get in the box. Now one thing that is very important to mention is this phone has a huge 4500 milliamp hour battery, and the charging brick that is included is in fact a super fast 25-watt charger, just so you know. So let's put these guys aside over here, okay, and divert our attention to the main dish, the Galaxy A52 in the white color. All right, so here we have the phone. I'm going to get close to the cameras real quick. Let's talk about the camera. So we do have a quad camera system real quick. We do have an ultra wide camera right here. That's going to be 12 megapixels. We have a main 64 megapixel camera, and then we have a depth sensing camera that's going to be 5 megapixel. And finally, on the top here, what we have is a macro camera. That one is going to be 5 megapixels. So we do have a quad camera system. And the final module that you see right here is in fact the flashlight. So I'm going to show you some samples with these cameras, but that's it, a quad camera system. Now the phone itself, this is plastic finish. What I like is it is matte finish. So again, remember, this is a mid-range phone, so you're not getting any kind of glass here. You are getting plastic build quality, and that's how they're able to keep the price all the way down to $350 to $500 based on which model you get. But it certainly looks real nice, but it does not feel like a super low quality product. It actually feels high quality in the hand. We do have metal around the edges, okay? Now here's the volume rocker. Here's the power button on the top. We have two microphones and of course the SIM card tray here. Actually one microphone and the SIM card tray on the top. On this side we've got nothing, nice and clean. At the bottom, microphone, headphone jack, USB Type-C port, and of course we've got that speaker. Now I do want to let you know this phone has dual stereo speakers, which is amazing. The second speaker is built into the earpiece on the top, all right? Okay, so what we're going to do now is we are going to actually power this on, set it up for the very first time, and look at the software. All right, so here we have the initial screen. I'm going to tap on start, and I do want to let you know real quick, this is going to be a 6.5-inch full high definition plus display. It is Super AMOLED, and the big difference between the 4G and the 5G is the 4G model, which is this one right here. Let me just accept all these guys. Let's tap on next. The 4G model has 90 Hertz display refresh rate, while the 5G has 120 Hertz display refresh rate. That is one of the big differences between the two variants, okay? Let me just dump in my password, connect to the Wi-Fi. So that's all good to go. And I do want to let you know real quick, $350 for the 4G model, $500 for the 5G model. And the other difference is going to be the processor. The 4G model has a 720G processor, Snapdragon. 5G model has a 750G processor, again, Snapdragon. So let's quickly wait for the phone to get ready. It says this may take a few minutes, but the screen looks great. That is going to be 800 nits of maximum possible brightness. So do we want to copy apps and data? I'm going to say don't copy, all right? Says just a second, checking some information over here. It wants me to log into my Google account. I'm going to do that right now. And I do want to let you know that the front facing camera on the top here on both models is going to be 32 megapixels f2.2. All right, so let's just tap on more, accept on this one. Do you want to add a password pin? Let's do a pin number. it does have a built-in optical fingerprint sensor. So I'm going to tap this, just pick something simple here, and let's see what happens next. Tap on next over here. Okay, Google Assistant, I'm going to say do it later. All right, that's fine. Getting your phone ready. This may take a few minutes. I skipped the part where it asked me to log into my Samsung account just to save time. But here it says discover your new favorite application. I'm just going to say no thanks to that for now. Okay, again, we're saving time. Now we are at the actual home screen right here, as you can see. Let's give it a couple moments here to update the applications. It is completing the setup, so I'm going to wait so we don't have any stuttering here. All right, so let's quickly go into the display. All right, we're going to go into display. And what I want to do is first I'm going to set the brightness to medium. I'm going to turn off adaptive. And let me just do this to 5 minutes for the video so it doesn't turn off every 5 seconds. Now here's what the phone looks like when you're watching a movie or a video on it. Looks great. We have 6.5-inch display, small bezels, stereo speakers. So it is going to be a great multimedia device all around. You are going to love watching movies and videos on this thing. And then let me quickly show you the motion smoothness option. So if I go inside here, like I said, this phone is the 4G model. It's got 90 Hertz. The 5G model simply is going to show 120 right here, but it's going to have the same exact menu. You can have 60 Hertz or the higher refresh rate for better motion smoothness. So it does feel really nice, okay? Even though I'm used to 120, the 90 actually is still pretty good. The other thing I'm going to show you guys real quick is if I go to the settings, again, for a budget phone, this one has an in-display fingerprint sensor. So let's look at that. So biometrics and security, fingerprints, okay? Put in the passcode, the PIN number that we picked in the beginning, and here's the fingerprints. Tap on continue. All right, let's set one up real quick and see how fast it is. All right, so start scanning. Not too bad, okay? It's working pretty fast. Give it different portions of the finger. All right. Make sure the finger covers the entire sensor. All right. There we go. Fingerprint added. So let's try this out real quick. Okay, let's turn off the screen. Double tap to turn off. Double tap to wake it up. Let's see. All right, not too bad. It's not as quick as an ultrasonic fingerprint sensor as you found on the S20, Note 20, S21, but that worked pretty well. Let's try it one more time. Okay, let's press and hold. There we go. Very nice. To have this technology in a phone that's only $350 is great. Now here's a bunch of photos I took using the 64 megapixel main camera that's on the rear that a lot of people are going to use. Now these photos are in fact very decent for this camera. And I do want to let you know we do have a 32 megapixel front-facing camera that gets the job done. And also you get 4K at 30 frames per second for video. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to pinch the screen. Let's go to the wallpapers. Let's see what we have over here. Okay, my wallpapers. Okay, nice bunch of preloaded wallpapers as you can see. All right, let's just look at one example here. This one. Okay, set to the home screen. Okay, so as I use the phone, I'm getting a feel how fast it is, and I'll let you know it does feel moderately fast. It doesn't feel lightning fast like a flagship, but that should be obvious. Now remember, this phone is a 128 gigabyte model, so it gets 6 gigabytes of storage, but if you get the 256 gigabyte model, you are in fact getting 8 gigabytes of RAM. So I recommend going with the 256 gigabyte model. Let's go over here so you can see that we have 6 gigabytes of memory. It's checking the memory right now. Okay, so 6 gigabytes, 3.1 used. And then we have 128 gigabytes of storage, as you can see. And one thing I do want to mention with the battery, very important, 4,500 milliamp hours battery. This is going to give you a better battery life than even a flagship. The reason being, the screen is a lower resolution screen at full high definition plus. You're still getting 4,500 milliamp hours, and you're getting 25 watt super fast charging with the included adapter that comes in the box. Okay, so you're all set. It is going to be a great phone for people that simply want to get maximum battery life out of their phones. And if I do go back here, now we have all the benefits of having a Samsung phone, lots of customization, lots of advanced features. As you can see, it does appear that we do not have the Samsung DeX functionality. If you're looking for that, you're not going to find it here, at least for now. So something to be aware of. No Samsung DeX on this phone. Let's go back here. Let's go into the software real quick. Okay, about phone, software information. It is One UI 3.1 Android 11. If I go into my camera module, I do have things like Pro Video. So these are the regular ones. If I go to more, all the way to the end, we have Pro Video mode, as you can see. We also have the Pro Photo mode. So if you want to play with things like that, you have that right here. So that is great. Now if I go to video, tap on the settings on the top, we can go up to 4K at 30 frames per second, even with the rear camera, as you can see from here, okay? If I go to Pro Video mode, if I tap on this guy, and if I go into my settings, and if I tap over here, again, we can go up to 4K at 30 frames per second. Again, something to be aware of. All right, so let's talk about what this phone is all about. So this is a phone for people that want to save money, but still want something decent. Remember, starts at $350 for the 4G and then $500 for the 5G, and you're getting so much for your money. Large battery, fast charging, micro SD expansion option, headphone jack, very decent cameras, high refresh rates, 90 Hz for the 4G or 120 Hz for the 5G model. Not to mention the large 6.5-inch display with a nice crisp resolution and a bright display. Okay, so that's what this phone is for. If you're a flagship shopper, this is not for you. But if you are an average consumer, you just need a phone for your everyday tasks and plus a little bit more, this is the phone to get. It's going to save you thousands of dollars, literally. Now, if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, drop them down below and let me know. For now, guys, have a fantastic day, all right?